world leaders, including President Biden, are meeting in Peru today for the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Forum.
This is the first global summit now since President-elect Donald Trump's victory, and his presence will loom over these proceedings. NBC's Michael Memoli reports from Peru.
President Biden on Friday kicking off his participation in the annual APEC summit, where the conversation will largely be driven by the man who's set to replace him in just over 2 months, President-elect Donald Trump. Now, officially, the agenda for this summit includes issues like mutual trade relationships, boosting sustainable development, investments in green energy initiatives. But this is the first time a lot of these world leaders will have had a chance to meet face to face since Trump's election and confront issues about how to prepare for things, especially like tariffs that Trump has threatened to impose, particularly on China, that could prove a major economic shock. Now, President Biden, for his part, wants to use this summit to focus on what he considers to be major accomplishments of his administration. We'll see that when he sits down for the first time with the new Prime Minister of Japan, along with South Korea's president. This is a relationship, of course, the U.S. has strong bilateral ties with each of these countries individually, but it's only been under Biden's leadership that these two countries have improved their own mutual relationship as part of an effort by the administration to counter the rising influence of China, as well as dealing with constant provocations from North Korea. Of course, one of the highlights of the summit will also be a face-to-face meeting President Biden is set to hold on Saturday with President Xi of China. Now, this is President Biden's third face-to-face meeting with the Chinese president, where the agenda will focus on predictability in this relationship, preparing for that handoff with Donald Trump. The APEC summit is the first of 2 stops that the president will make on this trip. He's set to meet with the G20 leaders in Brazil. This is going to be an opportunity for him to meet face-to-face with a lot of our European allies, many of whom Biden has said in the campaign trail in the recent weeks are concerned about what Donald Trump returning to office might mean. Mike Memoli, NBC News, Lima, Peru.
And to mark the trip, the White House released a fact sheet about the country's partnership with Peru across a wide range of sectors, from law enforcement to space travel to the growth of chocolate and coffee. And Maine itself has some interesting ties to Peru. The town here in Maine was named in honor of Peru to celebrate their independence from Spain, which they acquired in 1821. Another more granular detail, the Maine Turnpike Authority gets road salt from a company in New Hampshire called Granite State Minerals. They buy their salt from mines all around the world, including in Peru.